Sometimes, the most unexpected people come into our lives at the most unexpected times, and they change everything. This isn't just a story about kindness, it's about how one act of compassion can alter the course of a life forever. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear, might just change the way you see the world. Emma Walker was a 28-year-old graphic designer living in Chicago. She worked for a prestigious agency downtown and had a predictable routine. Wake up, coffee, train, office, lunch, train, Netflix, sleep, repeat. She wasn't unhappy, but she wasn't really living either. Each morning she passed the same group of people on the sidewalk near the subway station. A coffee vendor, a street musician, and a homeless man who always sat on the same bench reading a tattered old book. He never begged, he never spoke, he just read. One morning, in early December, Emma spilled her coffee. Not just a few drops, the whole cup. Oog. Great, she muttered, crouching to pick up the now empty cup as brown liquid soaked into her scarf. The homeless man, the same one who read every morning, stepped forward. He silently pulled a pack of napkins from his coat pocket and handed them to her. Surprised, Emma looked up. Oh, thank you. He just nodded and returned to his bench. It was the first time she really looked at him. He had kind eyes, a calm presence. She noticed the cover of his book, Les Miserables. That day stuck with her. Over the next few weeks, Emma began to notice more. She noticed how he flipped pages slowly, how he smiled to himself sometimes. She noticed he always gave his sandwich to the pigeons when he thought no one was looking. One particularly cold morning, she brought an extra cup of coffee and offered it to him. I thought you might like this. It's freezing out. He hesitated, then accepted it with a nod. Thank you, miss. I'm Emma. Samuel, he replied. Nice to meet you, Samuel. What are you reading today? Still, Victor Hugo, he said, holding up the worn book. There's a lot in here, enough to read it 100 times. That was the beginning. Emma began bringing him coffee regularly, then sandwiches, then gloves. She learned Samuel had once been a teacher. He lost his job after a car accident left him with a spinal injury that made standing for long periods painful. Medical bills piled up, rent became impossible. Then one thing led to another, and he found himself on that bench. He never asked for help, he never complained, he just read. There's still beauty in the world, he once said. You just have to sit still long enough to notice it. It was late January when Emma realized how much she had changed. She started seeing people differently. She noticed the barista's tired eyes, the old man who fed stray cats, the janitor who whistled off-key but always smiled. And it was all because she stopped one morning to accept napkins from a stranger. That weekend, she did something she'd never done before. She invited Samuel to lunch at a small diner nearby. He resisted at first, but she insisted. They talked for hours about books, about life, about regrets, about hope. Emma couldn't shake the feeling that Samuel deserved more. One afternoon, she brought her laptop to the bench. I want to try something, she said. She helped Samuel draft a simple resume. He hesitated. Who'd hire an old, broken-down man who hasn't worked in 10 years? Someone who reads Les Miserables every day can't be that broken. She smiled. She posted his story anonymously on social media. It went viral. Within days, Samuel had interview offers. A former colleague from his teaching days recognized his photo and vouched for him. A local adult learning center offered him a part-time tutoring position. 6 months later, Samuel was living in a small studio apartment provided by a non-profit. He was teaching literature classes to adults, trying to finish high school. Emma visited him often. Sometimes they still sat on that same bench with coffee in hand. You changed my life, he told her once. But Emma shook her head. No, Samuel, you changed mine. This story isn't about charity, it's about connection. It's about seeing people, really seeing them. That morning, when Samuel handed Emma a napkin, he gave her more than that. He gave her perspective. He gave her a reason to pause. He gave her a story. There are Samuels all